by Dylan Davis.
I didn't see many runs in the English national, but I did manage to catch Jim and a couple others. And Jim's run was very nice there. It was a difficult national, and he put up a good job. So I'm looking forward to seeing this.
So Jim has gone right-handed. We saw some dogs yesterday just going right the way out. And as the camera pans out, we can see the scope of the course. It is a big course out there, Paddy. There's a lot of ground. We were saying yesterday from the fetch gates to the handler's post, but there's an awful lot of ground behind that fetch gate as well. So looks like Taff now has gone right out.
This looks like a very nice line to me. I'd be very happy with that if that was my dog. That's a smashing looking outrun. Little bit tricky with the man and the dog walking across the face of the sheep, but that's a lovely outrun. And there we have a lovely. Couldn't really ask for a better start than that.
No, very good start. So the out by work is looking to have a good start anyway, and now the sheep are coming down that fetch. They are definitely being fetched there, Paddy.
They took off a little bit quick now. Well, they picked up a bit of speed, but Jim's not panicking. He's doing a lovely job on this.
So Jim is a full-time sheep and suckler beef farmer. It's his second time in the team. The first time was in Ireland with the same dog, and Taff is his main. Judging from this start, you can see why he is the main farm dog, because he looks to know his task and he's working well.
Don't mind that line on your screen, because remember we're at a different angle, very different angle to Jim. So I'd say that's just smashing. He's got lovely gears on his dog.
Yeah, he looks, as you say, he's got those gears. He's got that nice pace. And the sheep don't seem to mind the dog. They're not panicked by him. So through the fetch gates. And as we've been saying yesterday and today, that the camera angle changes what we perceive as being the line. But the judges and the handler know that line. And it might not look the correct line for us on the TV coverage, but when it comes to the judging, it is. Not putting too much pressure on there, Paddy. Just walking them nice and steady up, down into that.
Well, we'll see as the run goes on, but these sheep look to be very comfortable with that dog.
So Jim has come down off the podium, as we saw with a lot of handlers yesterday. Down to ground level. Just allows you to reconnect with the dog. And
well, it reduces any risk of them running around the front, around the wrong side.
You're helping the dog to complete his task, and that's what it's all about, is the partnership between the man and the dog.
Look at that, for an effortless turn there. They didn't give him any resistance there coming up to the steps. Remember with Kelvin there, they were trying to break in front, and all these sheep seem to have really just accepted the dog. And
it's as if they know that he's in control, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's not doing anything erratic. He's lovely. He's got a couple of paces there, and I like the look of this dog.
And as we saw yesterday, a little bit of a track developing over to that first drive gate. Just aiming for that.
And we've seen a few people trying to take the paint off and just come on this side. And Jim is just that's lovely little bit of handling. That is. He didn't leave any room to spare in there.
He didn't leave any room, but he got it right, didn't he? And
Yeah,
I
he
think
didn't. There's nothing risky about that. He just made it look like he's completely in control. That's a nice turn. Now I enjoyed that.
I was talking to some handlers yesterday, and they were saying, that especially a couple of that had missed that first drive gate, and they were saying they thought that sheep were through, and they were going for that tight turn, and then as soon as the dog went, they could see daylight, and it was turning them back through. And if they had their time again, they'd be making sure that they could see daylight behind the sheep, and maybe even losing a point for being too wide, but then at least they wouldn't have lost a big chunk of points for missing the gate completely.
Well, Jim is not put off by the competition here anyway, or the runs that he's seen before him. This, to me now, can't see many places to take anything off this. Couple of little turns in there, where we see the sheep's head coming on the cross drive. Let's see what happens here. This line looks good to me. And look at, they're just travelling at a lovely little pace. Little touch up now, Jim. Might be a hair high. I think he's up. No, he's a bit high, I think.
He's
rectified that.
Yeah.
But now it's only a touch. Stop. So he might lose a couple of points going across that cross drive, but really we're splitting hairs at this stage. There's not too many places to take it off.
No, but at least he got the obstacle, didn't he? And you lose a big chunk of points if you don't get that obstacle. And
really, there's only a couple of times when he's gone across that cross drive where the sheep were just coming to us a little bit, and then they went a little bit high at the last minute. But I mean, really, if we were to look at every run, we're studying this because there's nowhere to take off points that I can see. I'm sure the judges will find plenty of places.
No, the out by work is looking very good, and we've seen that with a lot of handlers, Paddy. And as you say, it's all those little fine points, little finger marks with a pencil that will add up at the end of the day. And it's the judge's decision, of course, what happens. But so far,
that's been a very pleasant run to watch too. It's flowing the whole time there. Jim has the dog on his feet. He's pacing the sheep, and everything is moving. There's no risk of them putting their head down to eat with this dog.
No, and the one thing you said yesterday, Paddy, was economical. He's been economical around the course because the sheep have been moving all the time. And so
very pleasant to watch too, and the dog is on his feet. There's no stop starting with this one.
No rushing and hurrying. It's all very balanced and steady, isn't it?
And Jim looks very competent. He'll know he has a good run up here now. But it's still just one element at a time, so Jim just has to try and complete this as clean as he can.
Yeah, there's 3 big elements left to come, the shed, the pen, and the single.
But in other competitions, they've been very big elements. In this one, not so much so. I mean, the pen hasn't really been, it's not really a place for the judges to get points off runs.
Collared sheep are just proving a little bit testy by being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they
That's a lovely shed.
Yeah, no, good shed completed there from Jim. So now he'll bring those 2 back to their mates.
See, everything is very tidy. It's a tidy setup now when he comes to the pen. He's making everything else look easy. I suspect he'll make this very easy too, but let's see what happens here.
Looks a lovely dog. He's just nice, cool, calm power.
His dog makes lovely transitions from a walk to a trot, and then when he flanks and all, he doesn't rev up or upset anything. There's nothing jerky. He's very smooth and all. He has a little bit of contact on him all the time. Even when he was going through that third hurl there a few minutes ago, I'd be thinking, oh, stop the dog there and we'll just let him drift through. But the whole time he's got the dog in contact with the sheep. And just with a little bit of gentle pressure on them.
The dog looks to have real feel for his sheep, doesn't he? He's not, as you say, he's
See
not
that there? He
upsetting.
bounced around, but he hasn't upset him or anything. That's the first time I've seen him doing anything. Look at that.
Well, again, these sheep.
Jim makes this look like he's at home schooling and it's just simple to him.
Like another training day.
Yeah. But it's like he's at home with a few of his training sheep there. These are just simple to him. It's just look how relaxed he is strolling out to this single. This is the International.
He's making it look very cool and relaxed, isn't he? Just plenty of time to just stand and stop the dog. And like you say, it looks as if he's in his training field.
Yeah, Jim looks like he could light a cigarette now. But he must have lots of time here for this single now, and so I don't know if this is a clean single. It looks to me to be a hell of a run.
You can just tell by the way that Jim is standing, he's just relaxed, and that allows the sheep to relax, doesn't it? It just keeps him. The dog, as you said, isn't bouncing round. Just trying to work one collared sheep just to an outside. What a single. And it's been accepted by the judges as well, Paddy.
A hell of a run.
Little wry smile as he comes off. He looks happy with it.